My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
You know what I just noticed? You know what I just noticed? Old Daddy's getting a beer gut. How you doing?
Who, you?
I'm getting a beer gut.
No, boy. Sounds like you're up and add another day of tennis to your schedule in the week, huh?
Hey, before we get into it, tennis. Me and my partners smoked the competition last night. Smoked.
Oh, yeah?
It wasn't even close. Dude, it was an even match, 6-3, 6-1. I don't know what happened. It was the best I've ever played. Here we go. What just happened? We have another guy coming into the studio with us. You know who he is. He said he's at Wendy's, by the way.
Who?
Michael.
Oh, Michael's gonna join us, huh? After he's getting himself a greasy burger.
Yeah, he said I'll be home in 15 minutes, about 5 minutes before the show. He said I'm at Wendy's, and I said Wendy's is poison. you love that laugh.
I do.
If you're watching this, call What Just Happened Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern Time on 12 Ounce Sports. You can find us on YouTube at 12OZ Sports. I'm the Gamble Guy. This is the Falcon, lifelong friends. Falcon, you told me backstage, but the listeners want to know. It's the holidays. What are you drinking?
Listeners want to know. We're having we busted out an old Dragon's Milk that comes from a New Holland Brewing Company. One of their reserve beers. It's the coffee chocolate, 11%. This sucker's, I think, almost 2 years old at this point, but I will say it maintained all of the flavors.
Wait a minute. It's 2 years old? Where's it been sitting? In your fridge for 2 years?
Yep. It's I had two left. I drank two of the four. It's 20. I think it was like $22 for a 4-pack. And yeah, they do a special reserve once a year. And they all their Dragon's Milks are always bourbon aged barrels, like bourbon aged barrels. So that flavor is always there, and then they add something else. And in this case, it's chocolate coffee. 1 year it was salted caramel, and just absolutely phenomenal beers, man.
Holy cow! I can't believe you let it sit in your fridge for 2 years. That's impressive.
And it's still maintaining the exact flavors. So, what about you? What do you got on the dock there?
You already know what I have. I got to try that beer sometime, though. I got the Guinness, the old faithful Guinness. Only on number 2. We're a little lightweight tonight, so we'll try to catch up to you because you're doing 11%ers, right?
That's correct, sir.
I'm doing 4.1 percenters, so that's
yeah. One of those or one of these is like 3 of those. So
I know it's pretty wild. So I'm only on 2. I got to catch up. Oh my God, we have really good topics. But I want to remind the folks we do have some bets up tonight. If you're a gambling man or woman, youtube.com at 12OZ Sports /join. Cup of coffee a month. You get best bets from Philly Pete, Greg, the plug. He's new. And yours truly, the Gamble Guy. Actually got a pretty good player prop in tonight, but I can't tell you because it's only for subscribers.
Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
So I'm going to try to maintain my composure. It's my first live show with another human being in the house. So maybe I won't be as loud as normal. We'll see. I don't know. Ohio State representative says what? Do you know what I'm talking about here?
I have no idea. Why don't you go ahead and fill me in there?
So you weren't here last week. We were talking about Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan planted the flag, turned into a fight. Cops were macing players. So this Ohio State representative from, I think,
Yes, I know this one. Yeah,
Sylvania, Ohio, or something like that, comes out with this cockamamie idea that he wants to pass a bill that planting a flag at midfield is a felony in Ohio. What just happened? Why?
like seriously, are you kidding me? Okay, yes, it's a disrespectful, whatever, but it goes on all over the place. Whatever. You know what? Don't fucking lose on your home turf then.
Well, don't lose on your home turf, but also, why are we making this a felony? That makes zero sense. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Like, what are they harming?
I know, and it's like they act like you shot somebody or you held somebody up at gunpoint. They literally posted. They didn't even plant. You can't even plant a flag in turf. You just set it down in the midfield. Yep. Ohio State lost their minds over it, and then it turned into a fight. So I think this representative's trying. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's embarrassing to Ohio State football. Like, you want to make planting a flag at midfield after winning a football game a felony? Like, do you not have better things to do?
Dude, talk about being the laughing stock. Like, that'd just be another thing to add to the list of non-Ohio State fans ripping on Ohio State fans about.
This is why
it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's a waste of time. It's stupid. I think it's to get a rise out of Ohioans, maybe solidify votes next election, but it's absolutely ignorant. Like, what are you what just happened? You're a state representative. Why do you even care what happened?
Well, then on top of that, now these guys that are, could be going into the NFL now have a felony
for carrying a flag out the midfield
to celebrate, whatever. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, America! You got to love American politics, though, folks. If you're watching, comment on YouTube or X. We will display it. You can say anything you want. It had nothing to do with the show. We're going to display it. We don't care.
Yeah.
And I would love
to say something like, "I like to rest my nutsack on hot light bulbs." I mean, hey, we'll put it up there.
What?
What just happened?
Did you do that before the show or something? What made you think of that?
Oh, that's a long story. That'll be a backstage pass.
Wait! That actually happened? I didn't know that actually happened. You okay?
No. Now it's going sideways. It went.
All right, folks. If you want to hear the nutsack on a hot light bulb, you have to watch the backstage pass. We usually record for a couple of minutes after the show and put it on YouTube. So, what the heck just happened? There's our YouTube. Just take out the join. We're at 120Z Sports on YouTube. I mean, hot nuts on or wait, what did I say?
You said hot nuts on something. I don't know.
You said nutsack on a hot light. There we go. Oh my goodness. So Falcon, you and I played college football, right?
Yep.
Okay, you froze on me. You okay?
I'm good. I was just messing with you.
You didn't stroke out. We couldn't make any money doing it. We weren't allowed to make any money doing it.
Nope.
NIL has come along, and college players be crazy. The first of all, the transfer portal. Everybody's leaving their team after every year. They passed the bill that you can transfer unlimited amount of times and not sit out. So it's getting out of control. And then the money, like, if a team says we'll give you $1 million to play for us at quarterback, like that player could play like the dude at UNLV 3 games and say, yeah, I'm not getting as much as I want. I'm going to leave. I don't think he has to give the money back. Now we have a new one, Falcon. We have a new one in college football. This fella, Jack Pyburn, he had some demands if he was to stay at Florida and not enter the portal. He wants $45,000 a month. He wants to guarantee a starting position at outside linebacker. He wants to be guaranteed he's going to play on all third downs. Yeah, and he wants the most snaps in the rotation. Florida said
there's more snaps in the rotation, but okay. That's not objective. That's subjective. More snaps. So if you get if he hits 50 and you give him 51 next year, well, they lived up to it, right?
Well, true, but I mean, $45 per month, $45,000 per month.
Wow.
Guaranteed to start. Like, this is insane. Like,
yeah.
So if Florida gave in, what would happen? What just happened if old Jack here decided, well, I'm guaranteed a starting position. They gave in to my demands. I'm just going to take it easy in 2 days. I'm just going to take it easy in spring ball.
Yeah.
Like, this is out of control now, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. The only thing that should be on there out of all of that, right, is the $45K per month. The other stuff, you got to earn your shit, brother.
And I don't like the $45K per month, but it is what it is. This is where we're at now.
I mean, if you do the math, it's around $540,000 for the year or whatever. Okay, if he's an elite type person, if he truly is an elite outside linebacker, you're probably going to pay that. That's what I'm saying. Like anything below that, throw it out the window. That's bullshit.
Well, where do you draw the line? Ohio State paid somewhere around 22 million. So if you figure all 11 starters, both sides of the ball, $1 million each, but I'm sure some guys are getting more. Like, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe that's not outrageous a demand, but we get into some topics later in the show where this is going to backfire, maybe not anytime in the near term, but in the long term, because so many players are going to want so much money.
Yeah.
These schools are going to realize there's a point of diminishing returns where they're like, we can't just keep paying everybody $3 million a year. And now go ahead.
Yeah, no. And I get all that. Like at some point in time, it's the only major professional sport, right, that does not have a farm system or a minor leagues or a whatever, a true whatever. I hate to say it, but there's going to have to be a double. There's going to have to be. It's similar to hockey where you've got juniors. Your paths to get to the NHL are juniors and or college, right? Those are your two paths. It's going to end up being the same way. That's where it needs to go because it's clearly going to have to go that way. Really, I mean. How else are you going to do it?
So if it goes that way, do you keep the Northwesterns and I hate to say it, but the Purdue's in the top tier? Like maybe they need to condense it down to 30-some teams. Then they call it the farm system. Then you can I think.
But you know what I'm saying? There's going to end up being that middle tier that's not going to be affiliated with the college. The NFL is just going to have to basically that's their farm system. And you can still come from college and go that path, or bounce between there and the junior league or whatever it is.
The problem is they had that in the USFL, the XFL, the CFL.
It was loosely tied, and that's the thing. But if the NFL,
it wasn't loosely tied. No, it wasn't loosely tied. The problem was it didn't have the names. It didn't have Florida on the chest. It didn't have Alabama on the chest. I think it's going to have to go through universities to make it work because all these other leagues, like, I mean, I don't know, but I have a feeling that if a USFL team or an XFL team played, an average to above average college football team, they'd smoke them. But nobody believes that even though these are all former college players, you could argue it's somewhat of a lower tier all-star team of college players. Still, the general public thinks, oh, Florida would kill an XFL team. Well, why do you think that? They were all college players at once, and they're grown adults, and they were good enough to make the XFL team. I think it's because the name. It's because the name on the jersey.
No, and I understand that, but I guess what I'm getting at is if you incentivize it in that minor league system or whatever, where they get a pretty damn good salary, whatever it is, they can work all that shit out. The NFL has so much money, it's ridiculous. You could pay each player $3 million a year minimum, and then say, hey, wherever you're drafted to, whatever, you can figure out. We can talk about this at some other time. Like we can do this backstage or just we're out shooting the shit. But
why would we do it backstage? We're live.
Well, I know, but I don't know how many topics you got. I'm just saying, like, I really see that there's a huge value. So then you're not bogging down like these players that just want to go in and they know that all they want, their path is to the NFL. That's their end goal. That's their end game is NFL. Well, then you have a choice. You can either go college or you can go like in this minor league system. If you go in the minor league system, you're gonna be guaranteed some pretty good fucking money.
All right. So before I have a comment for that, Falcon, but before we go any further, welcome, Michael. I see you're wearing the same thing you were wearing 7 hours ago live on your show.
We wore that out of Montana. I remember that shirt. Yep, Boston. Yep.
That's fine.
I told Michael to join, even if he's eating his Wendy's, which is poison. Michael, we're talking about college players be crazy. Now, Falcon, I want to go back to what you just said when Michael joined the studio. You kept saying minor system if they're drafted by, say, the Browns, but they're placed in the minor system. I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to work because nobody cares about, a minor league team. Like, is every NFL team going to have they tried this with the NBA G League and nobody even knows where to watch G League games. It's the name.
No, here's how it would work. And again, if you know how the NHL works, which is the NHL will draft a player, right?
I know how this works.
I know, but for the rest of the audience out there that doesn't know how it works, basically NHL teams will go out there and draft any player that they want, right, when the draft is open. Then the path for that player is chosen by the player. That player can then go the NCAA route, or they can go through the juniors route, right, which they would go.
So now you want NFL teams to draft high school players? That's never going to happen.
I'm just saying, no, they could be at any age. They could be at high school. They could be 2 years removed from high school. They could be 4 years removed from high school.
Why can't they be 5?
Level, it doesn't matter.
Why can't they be 5 years old then?
Okay, so there's got to be a minimum. You got to be at least 18 to be drafted. Whatever. You got to throw a number out there. All I'm saying is if you mirror what the NHL does, it works extremely well to where there's a very strong junior system across the world. And on top of that, the NCAA hockey is outstanding. So what I'm saying is, and they all end up in the NHL. So it's
right, but you're expecting. I don't ever see a scenario where an NFL organization is going to draft a high school kid and say, "Yeah, you can go play college, but we own you."
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that's you got to work more of the details out. But I'm just saying if it makes more sense to have the multiple options sort of thing, because some might want to make sure that they get their degree because they don't know if they're always going to be playing that sport and do whatever, but they might make it in the think of what's his name, Robert Smith from the Buckeyes back in the day, right? He was going to get his PhD, and that was his end goal. He wanted to make sure he got his PhD, and he ended up getting into the NFL as well. So there's going to be cases like that too.
To that point, Falcon. Andrew Luck actually, remember when he got drafted #1 overall, he was trying to finish his education and he almost missed his first game.
Yep.
There are guys like that. Unfortunately, he also had Oliver freaking Luck as his father, which helps. But I will say this though, you've mentioned the NCAA having like a not like a minor thing, but it's doing like what the NHL does. And the issue with that is it's going to take 50 more years for that to happen. And so that's the argument sounds nice and all, but it's not going to help the next even 5 years, unfortunately, because of the system in place. And this right here, by the way, this graphic is this kid's got some nerve, man. He better be good.
That's what I'm saying.
Good.
That's what I'm saying, Michael.
Holy cow.
Hey, Michael, before you came on, what I said is if you go up there and you look at it, if you look at just the 45K per month and got rid of everything below that, right? That works out to approximately, let's say, $540,000 in NIL money. No, what I'm saying is if you're a stud linebacker, you can say, yeah, give me $500,000 a year. That's what that works out to. But the other shit, throw that out.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to earn your shit, man. It doesn't matter. Like, I'll give you the money, but you still got to earn it because, like Beck said, no, I mean, like Gamble Guy said, you know, well, no, he was right on that. He's like, well, what if he decides to take not in 2-a-days, 3-a-days, take it kind of easy, you know, whatever. I got all this shit because it's guaranteed.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
You're right, because it sets the precedent. You ain't going to work. And here's the problem. People will say, oh, well, he's good enough. It's like the problem is everyone else in the locker room might not be, and they're like, well, he gets to do this and this and this because you guys signed a stupid contract.
Yeah.
That is like setting such a bad precedent. I know you guys already probably don't talk about this. That's a horrible precedent in sports if this is where they want to go. That's a horrible standard.
I'm just gonna shoot my shot here because you two don't even know this, but Falcon knows a lot of the guys I had the podcast with a couple years ago. But I predicted this super conference players getting paid like 4 years ago. So I'm going to make a new prediction. I disagree with Falcon. I don't think there's going to be a minor league NFL. I think what's going to eventually happen is they're going to expand the playoff and they're going to kind of adopt what soccer does. They're going to be relegation and delegation, and they're going to have what they consider the NFL minor leagues of about 32 teams, but you can get demoted out of that and you can get promoted into it. Yep. And I think that's what you're going to see. And there's going to still be conference affiliations. So Alabama, we have a topic on Alabama later. I'll use them. They'll be my guinea pig today. Alabama's half their SEC schedule might be against minor leagues or whatever, top tier, and then half their SEC schedule might be against below tier. And if they lose to a Vanderbilt, it could cost Alabama their status, and they might swap places with Vanderbilt in the future. That's my prediction.
Hey, they're going to go to. I like that system as well. I think either system would work out because it has been successful models in different leagues. That's all I'm saying is there are models out there of professional teams, professional leagues, right? And I love the soccer model.
But let me add something, Falcon, before you go on. Money is going to be attached to it. You can only get a contract and get paid to play in the top tier. So imagine an Ohio State Michigan game, just for hypothetical purposes. Imagine an Ohio State Michigan game and the loser gets demoted and none of their players can get paid next year because they're not in the top tier. Flag planting will be the least of your worries. You have to probably worry that the quarterback might have a fucking grenade in his pants.
Oh.
As Michael takes a bite of his cheeseburger.
Dude, are you trying to kill me here? Did you just say that? A grenade in his pants?
Yes. Wait a minute, Michael. Is that a double? Is that a double?
Double what? Double heart attack?
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
A double heart bypass.
Jesus, Murphy. Like,
are you downing a
double what?
A double bacon?
Is that it got bacon on it?
No.
Oh no!
He acts so appalled, like you would even think he had bacon on it.
Oh, he just got this huge hunk of meat in his mouth.
How preposterous you would suggest there's bacon on this?
Hey, for the record, if you guys have time today, I have a topic that might send us into a whirlwind because, and I'll say it later on. I mean, I can say it now, but basically, Caitlin Clark in her Time magazine like Person of the Year or Athlete of the Year thing she won was going on and on about how she had white privilege, and people are ragging her through social media hell for it.
Yeah, she had to do that. We'll do that last. Well, not last, but we'll do that later. Because I have a blow through one here. Then we have one that's going to get us going. And then I have another blow through one before the commercial break, which we can go over too, if we want to. Did you guys see Bill Belichick's high demands and they got answered?
Yeah. Dude, I absolutely love that he's going to be, I think he's going to do a great job there because he's coming from the NFL. And now that college football is more NFL type with the fucking, now you're talking about money and shit. I honestly think he's going to build a fucking powerhouse there, dude.
I disagree. I emphatically disagree. I'm going to foresee the future for you, Falcon. That's what I do. I am the Swami. Here's what's going to happen, okay? Because there's a reason why Bill Belichick's demands included his son has to be the heir apparent head coach at North Carolina. And here's the reason. Despite the fact that Bill Belichick is sticking it to a 30-year-old, she's with him because he's a really handsome guy and she loves him, not because of his money.
That's right.
Right, and he has a great personality to go with it.
Oh, wonderful personality. The best personality. There's a reason why he demanded before North Carolina, he accepted the position that his son be the defensive coordinator and be the heir apparent head coach. Is because he knows he's not going to be there long. So my prediction is, because we know his son's not that good of a coach, despite what people think, he's not that good of a coach. He's going to get a lot of recruits interested. Okay, so North Carolina is going to have an upswell of recruits, just like Neon Dion did.
Yep.
But do you think Bill Belichick's going to attract top recruits more than Neon Dion? And they went 8-3 this year and didn't even make the playoff.
Well, I will say strategically, North Carolina is on the East Coast, right? So they're going to compete where they're actually located. They're going to have a strong position for those that are close to home. There's a lot of talent down in that area. So
in Florida and there's
you're going to get Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia.
And North Carolina has and they have no competition for recruits down there, right?
I'm just saying because of the name thing, he's gonna pull a lot more talent, and I think you're gonna be more than Neon Dion would. Seriously.
Yeah, let's see.
The UNC, yes, the UNC over Colorado, yes, but Dion over Bill, I think, is where it evens back out to Dion.
I'm just saying,
I think
programs. I'm saying North Carolina.
I do agree with the UNC is better than Colorado.
I'm just saying, they're in the ACC. If he can get a ton of recruits in there and he can just get enough out of his son, they could actually build something there. I'm just saying, it's not – I don't think it's as far-fetched as you think.
But you just used the term dynasty for a 72-year-old that couldn't get a job in the NFL, so he's
got a younger wife than you do or younger girlfriend than you do.
I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm saying he's not – He's got 3 years tops at North Carolina. So that's one class, your 4 classes that he's going to get recruits. Falcon said he's going to build a dynasty. He's not old enough to build a dynasty.
He is. No, he is. Dude, he's going to bring in all the best assistant coaches as well. They're going to be fucking stacked. I'm telling you, dude. He'll build it over 3 years. He'll retire, and it'll actually be one of the top teams in the ACC.
I'll make a side wager with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll put $10 on it. Whatever.
On what? I didn't even say what the side
Whatever
wager was.
Whatever it is, just tell me. I trust you.
I bet his girlfriend's only.
Mother.
I bet his girlfriend's only with him for the money. Now you owe me $10 because I'm right. Listen, if we're gonna argue Neon Dion versus Bill Belichick, I guarantee you Dion can attract the young player more than Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, listen, Bill Belichick knows that fact, Falcon. You know why he knows that fact? The first thing he said to North Carolina is, I need $20 million more in the NIL fund, because Bill Belichick knows he can't go into a home He can't go into a home and wow a 5-star defensive back like Dion can.
Neither can Dion.
Yeah, he can.
He's
got the Heisman candidate.
He's not wowing those guys.
Hey, but
he's got the Heisman candidate. He's got the guy that's probably going to win the Heisman.
Hey, but guess what? Belichick as a coach, as a literal coach, I'm sorry. If I'm going to be one of the best fucking players ever, I'm going to learn from Belichick and not from Sanders, dude. He's an okay coach. He's a hype machine.
He's not a great coach.
A great recruiter, and that's about it, brother.
Hold on. You guys are assuming these young guys care about how much coaching they're going to get. So I'm going to put this graphic back up for you.
This guy's he goes to Florida. He's a loser.
Guy, man. Seriously.
And I'm going to quote Nick Saban, his cut at Ohio State before the season even started. It's one thing if you're going to pay your roster $25 million, but if you're paying the wrong guys $25 million, you're shit out of luck. There you go. And if you think Bill Belichick is going to convince all the top 18-year-old recruits that they are coming to North Carolina because they're going to get coached properly, I will put this graphic up a third fucking time. This is what 18-year-olds care about. They want that bag. As Rome says, they want to get some bananas.
So that's right. So Dion, to act like Dion has won his people over not because of money is kind of
swag.
Accurate. It's not accurate, right?
No, Dion.
I'm not worried about that.
Dion attracts these guys because he was a high-level athlete. He's got swag.
He doesn't have money? Colorado doesn't have money?
No, he actually asked. No, Michael, listen. He asked for more NIL after this season. They made a breakthrough. They won 8 games.
Yep.
And the news just broke yesterday that he has approached Colorado and says, we need more NIL money. We almost made the Big 12 championship, but we need more money. But
so going to their couches in their living rooms does not work, right?
No, it does. He's got the Heisman candidate. We have a running back at Boise State that almost beat Barry Sanders' record, and still Dion's got the guy that's probably in the lead for the Heisman. That was at Jacksonville fucking State.
Hey, fun fact.
Yeah,
fun fact,
no,
Falcon,
seriously, that is actually impressive.
Travis Hunter's Hunter's little brother plays at the high school 5 minutes away from me.
Oh, really?
Well,
they're
that is
out every Friday night. Travis Hunter. Seriously, it's cool. Where's your Heisman person at the school, huh? Where's your Heisman?
We're from Ohio. There's plenty of Heisman. Don't have to worry about that, brother.
Oh, but Gamble Guy, I do have a take on this. I think you'll like these two things. Number one, because obviously I'm pro Belichick over Brady, and I know that happens with this argument sometimes. I think UNC versus Colorado needs to somehow happen every year going forward. I do think Bill and D versus Dion could sell a lot of tickets every single year at some neutral location. It's not going to happen, but it sounds cool.
Oh, dude, have it down. Hey, have it down.
And his son sucks.
Have it in Dallas. No, have it in Dallas, man.
That too. But I don't like the dynasty talk because what if he's there till he's 78? That's still only 6 years. By this thing, you're finally breaking through. And his son, Falcon, his son is terrible.
Dude, I just said that. You both disagreed. You both disagreed with me.
You with that. I agree with you with that. The son is terrible. The son is not a good coach, man.
He can learn.
So, old Billy Bob actually has a somewhat easy schedule next year in his first year for North Carolina. He has TCU, Charlotte, Richmond,
Go Spiders! Go Spiders!
Central Florida, Cal, North Carolina State, Clemson, Duke, Stanford, Virginia. Holy cow, they have 4 home games in a row at Syracuse and at Wake Forest. So Bill's probably going to win 9 games in his first year as North
I
Carolina.
disagree.
What do you mean you disagree?
What?
He'll win more than Dion did his first year. But that's the bar is like 3 for. I'll say he wins 6. Like 6.
Okay.
I don't think.
TCU's
a toss up. So what do we want to say?
I go Belichick because he'll have his defense day one. That defense will be locked down. Whatever he's got, it will be locked down.
That's tough. Where's that at? Where's that game at?
In North Carolina.
Go North Carolina.
Listen, Bill Belichick's going to be 3-0 going to Central Florida.
Whoa. What's the next 2? We got number 1
at Charlotte. The 3 of us could beat them, and Richmond.
Yeah. In football, we're talking, right? Okay, so that's 3-0.
So they're going to be 3-0 going to Central Florida.
So is Dion. Go ahead.
Central Florida.
But that's going to get tougher. Then they have 3 road games in a row. Central Florida, Cal, who beat somebody pretty good this year. I can't remember. And NC State.
I think they lose all 3. I think they're 3-3 at that point. Go on. Next. I think they're
1-2. 1-2.
At the most 4-2. They could be 3-3 though.
No, I say they're 4-2.
Oh, I'm with Michael on this. They could be 3-3. Central Florida sneaky good. They beat the brakes off of Oklahoma, who beat the brakes off of Bama. Cal were 1 terrible review away from beating Miami of Florida, and NC State's a rival, and they usually are pretty good at defense. So 4-2, 3-3 is what I'm saying. Bill is going to start.
I'm going 4-2, but that's okay.
Well, let's say we're 3-3. Go ahead. Next 6. We got. I have to do this.
NBA ratings are what?
Oh.
What?
Michael is going to be butthurt over this.
Go lacrosse.
Michael might be the great white hope of the NBA because viewership for the entire NBA is down. Brace yourselves. 48% since 2012. And the NBA can't figure out why. So I'm just going to sit back and let you guys watch this segment of what we call NBA basketball.
Oh, please tell me it's the last one.
That wasn't a good shot.
Mike, you can argue with everybody on the planet. Their viewership's down 48%.
You know why? Because of people like y'all. Dead serious. You know why? Because you're ignorant.
Falcons in tears.
You're ignorant. Hold on. Because
Falcons in tears.
No.
Stop. Did he make the shot? I mean, what's the bleeding end?
Whoa. Are y'all going to pretend the 90s did not happen?
I have no idea.
Are y'all going to pretend? No. Listen, y'all can laugh. Listen, okay. Do you want to pretend the 90s didn't happen?
He's so offended. Mike acts like he has stock in the NBA.
No, I'm wondering because I think it's very unfair to the viewers to pretend this is the only thing that happens.
How many shares do you have in the NBA?
No, I'm wondering how many shares do you have in Michael Jordan's penis? I'm just wondering.
I didn't even bring up Michael Jordan. He's in your head rent free.
But in the 90s, I just want to know if the 90s were so much better. You tell me. I'm curious.
I didn't even bring up Michael Jordan. He's in his head rent
Larry
free.
Bird, Magic Johnson. They were so much better. Google their highlights. Tell me what's happening.
Oh my God.
So it's ignorant. It's unfair to the viewers.
You can get mad, but the viewership for the entire NBA is down 48%
across
in the
TV, which no one owns. Across TV. Okay, now next. What
4 of the 5 lowest NBA finals in the past 30 years have occurred in the last 4 years.
So, wait. So across TVs, which no one uses anymore, right?
4 of the 5. 4.
You think people are still watching TNT? I guarantee. I don't watch it on TNT. I'm just wondering.
Honey bun. Unless you think people are pirating these games, every. Oh, so you're admitting to a federal offense right on the air?
Yes. This is not 2005. They're not going to care anymore.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
And you're arguing on behalf of the NBA right now.
Can I offer you a nice egg?
No, I'm arguing on behalf of old heads who claim that the 90s are better when I watch. And because we cannot play that video and be unfair to people. That's unfair.
Hold on, sweetheart.
Two old guys don't like the 90s better. Like what? Those games were trash.
Hold on, sweetheart. Just relax.
Oh.
Hold your
pile
balls.
on. I was wondering. Pile on. Where's the highlights?
Hey, real quick. I need to interject off topic. I thought you were going to get me the 12-ounce sports banner there, Gamble guy.
We'll get around
to it. What is this going to do?
All right.
I don't know. Oh my God.
I love that Mike gets so offended.
I'm wondering why 90s basketball was so much better, because that's what the argument is here, right here. If the NBA viewership is down, let's talk about it then. Let's be fair.
Nobody made an argument on behalf of any era.
Then
I'm
why
just
are we
saying.
talking about the modern? What
He's
is
just
down
saying,
from?
no,
It's
Michael.
down from the 90s.
Michael. Yo,
Come
he's
on.
just stating a fact that viewership across the right now.
No, because no one watches the league anymore because of this crap. That's what the whole argument was.
Why are you so mad?
So let's be
Dude,
it's a
throw him
lie.
backstage.
That is not why it's down. That is not why.
Dude, throw him out. Throw him out, Beck. Throw him out, Gamble guy.
What? Why is it down? I want to hear your theory.
I think a lot of reasons. I think streaming platforms is a big deal, and they're not.
They count those viewers. Eat more Wendy's. You're lethargic. You're mentally lethargic from the Wendy's. They count those viewers.
Okay, everyone had a TV in the 90s.
So you think 8 fucking million people are watching through cracked streams every fucking night, Mike? The league sucks. I'm sorry it hurt your feelings.
Yes, they do it. They're all over the internet. They're constantly over the internet.
Okay, that's the answer then. That's the it's not the league shitty. I don't know why you're so vested in the NBA.
Because your argument for that is unfair. You show a crappy.
I didn't make an argument. I stated a fucking fact.
Why'd you show the video? What was the point?
Because I know it would trigger your fucking.
No, to pile on. I'm just wondering. To pile on to the viewers, they're like, how bad the NBA is. Let's pull up a 90s clip. Okay, it is 101 to 78 in that game. To pretend that this is the reason why the NBA. that could be true. That could be true.
Captain Lou with shots fired. LeBron left him.
I'm not going to apologize for LeBron. I think I've seen the pictures with Diddy. Yeah.
I want to get to the as a counselor. I want to get to the bottom of why you're so vested in the NBA that you're like losing your mind.
I'm a sports fan who hates old people lying to young people about why it's terrible.
What sports?
You two are lying to people about how good you think the NBA is because you don't watch anymore because you don't care.
Here,
your players that you watched are gone.
The viewership is down 48%. That was the
people
point.
Don't watch. I get it. I understand it.
What sports do you think are terrible?
I think the NFL is overrated as heck, but you guys love the NFL.
Oh, you hate the NFL.
No, I think both leagues are good, but the old people constantly tell young people, this is why it's down, and show the stupidest lowlights of a 23-point game that's already got 101 points by that time. You know, Michael Jordan's like, because it's the 90s and that's where you guys were. I'm just wondering, what about the Utah Jazz when they scored 60 in a finals game? What a great basketball game. Can you imagine how many misses it would have been for an entire 2-hour game? You want to talk about this game? It's a 101 to 78?
I got news for you. There's good news.
Jordan scored 80 and 1.
Hold on. There's good news. You didn't even let me set up the good news. The NBA ratings are down, and they want to expand. They want to own a league in Europe. Here's the good news, Michael. Europeans love fucking 1-0 soccer games. So these misses are going to be like makes in Europe. Yes!
Yeah, they are.
But it blows my mind when people pretend the league sucks because old guys don't think it's as physical as it used to be, or they're jacking up too many threes. The score was 101 to 78. You know how many points and how many buckets had been made before that point?
Mike,
they just could sniff 100 in the 90s.
Just for the viewers that are wondering what's going on, if LeBron shot 30%, he would claim that the janitor tightened the screws too tight on the rim and fucked LeBron. That's not true.
I just said LeBron probably is a Diddy disciple. I didn't even blush at that. Like, I don't understand.
Do you think he is? Wait. Side subject.
I've seen pictures. I'm not gonna cape for superstars, of course.
You're not gonna what? I'm old.
I'm not gonna cape for a superstar. I don't know him personally. He probably did do some stupid stuff. Sure.
What's cape mean?
Meaning pretend to like cover over or like be a I'm just. But I'm wondering though, why do old people find it so intriguing? Because it's all over the internet.
Who's old?
You. Oh my god. Okay, I'm young. Like I've been told a bunch on this show. You guys are old. Is that okay? So I just have a question.
Sir, I ran 5 miles last night. I don't feel myself as old.
That's good. I just need to know for the people, for the viewers, why do older people pretend and slurp up this garbage when that game is 101-78?
It's a terrible game.
Jordan,
because
80
Michael
to 60 is better? You're insane.
Yes,
what
because
are we doing?
They didn't shoot. Here, I have a graphic for you.
How did it work out for him? How did it work out for him shooting all those wonderful, great 2-point shots?
I should have brought because they played defense, but I should have brought the graphic that I was.
Like the white guys who are so good at everything. Are we stupid?
Michael, you're mad at us for no reason. The viewership's down 50%. It's not our fault. I stopped watching years ago. It's not my fault.
You're showing why you think it is, which is why the video was played.
Yeah.
That is factually false. If you
why do you think it is? You think 8 million people a night are on crack?
Points in a finals game good to you?
You think 8 million people
basketball?
You think 8 million people are watching on cracked streams? You're cracked.
Hey,
I think 2 million people will be watching on cracked streams. Let's do that.
Hey, Gamble guy. Yeah, there you go.
I want people to be honest instead of pretending this stuff. It's just so stupid.
Captain Lou, I only run to the dinner table and the bathroom. Captain Lou, I think I ran to the bathroom Monday night. Okay, here we go. Hey, we have to skip one topic, so we'll be right back because we have really good topics on the back end. And I mean, I say we only have 10 minutes, but we can go over if we want. But I'm having a good time. I love when Michael joins because he is the young guy in the group. we do tend to argue with him. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't leave us, folks, and we want comments. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hardest girl is on my hit list. The hardest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hardest girl is on my hit list. The hardest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hardest girl is on my hit list. The hardest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
I got my root beer. Mike's got a hammer. Mike, don't kill yourself over this. It's just the NBA.
Wow. Here's to you.
I got my root beer. All right. Mike, don't take a hammer to the head. It's just the NBA.
Really, brother. That's it.
Holy cow. He takes it too serious.
I'm taking little victories, baby.
Speaking of taking it too serious, if you're a gambling man or woman, we take it very serious on the YouTube members only Best Bets subscription service at 12OZ Sports on YouTube /join for a cup of coffee. I just bought my old lady a coffee the other day, $5.75. We're $5.99 a month, and you'll make that back really quick. Here we go. Hey, I don't know if you guys, you guys are on the show, so I give you credit, but I question Mike on the phone, how often are you actually on the 12 Ounce Sports website? We had an article out. Thieves are targeting pro athletes when they know they're at gangs or at games. Gangs. It's a Freudian slip because authorities think it's an organized gang that says, "Oh, they're using drones." And what just happened?
And fake delivery guys? That's crazy.
And now, I know Mike saw the story. That's wild stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Rome talked about it. Rome, and I was like, "Oh my Lord, it's horrible."
Well,
it's scary.
You would think, but this is Joe Burrow's home. You would think in this day and age, I'm going to quote a coworker and a friend. In this economy, like, you make $20 million a year. Have some kind of security system, bro.
Right.
Come on.
Right, come on. What are you doing?
I am wondering why Joe Burrow. Like, listen, look at these names: Mahomes,
Kelsey,
Joe Burrow,
Conley.
Travis Kelsey. Like you said, Mike Conley has made a bunch of money in his career. I'm surprised why they don't have security. And if they do have security, why are they being so easily like? Why can they not verify a package from some idiot gangster?
No. What's happening is, let's say Bobby Portis Jr., okay? Everybody has to have a brand now, okay? Everybody's got to be on Instagram and TikTok and facial face and whatever they're called. And they have to tell everybody, "Oh, I'm going to the Cowboys game tonight. Woo, woo." And these gangs know, "Oh, this guy's not going to be home tonight. We're going to burglarize his home." And Joe Burrow didn't do that. I mean, the gang probably looked at his schedule and said, "Oh, he's going to be in Dallas Monday night. He's not going to be anywhere near home."
Right.
Like, what just happened? Is this what we're coming to?
It's freaking crazy, dude.
I think there's a way to stop it if we're just now that we're more aware of it. And I know it sounds cheesy, but I guess if these athletes are more aware of it, again, Bobby Portis, God bless him. I know he makes more money than we do, but I don't know if he's got the funds to just all of a sudden hire a high level security. But Mahomes and Burrow, after Mahomes happened, Burrow should have tightened up his security. But come on, man.
Well, no, Two words.
The NFL should chip in and do that because they make a fuck ton of money. They do.
And the NBA for Bobby Portis.
Right. I'm just saying, like, the leagues make a ton of money They make
What
a
do you
ton-
want the NFL to do? Every time there's a game, there's 53 security guards at 53 homes for every 32 teams. Are you serious?
Gotta
What
do
just
it, man.
happened? What
I'm
just
just
happened?
saying, you could have a security detail of some sort organized. You can figure it out. That's the least
There's
you can
ways
do.
to figure it out.
You can figure something out. That's what I'm saying.
Erica Irwin loves our dance moves. I have 2 words to fix
Thank
these organized gangs burglarizing pro athletes when they know they're in the middle of a game. I have 2 words: moat and crocodile. Come on.
What?
I love it. I
What
love
is the
it.
reference?
What?
What?
What is the reference?
There's no
do you
reference.
What is
There's no
moat?
reference.
There's no reference. There's 2 actual entities, a moat and crocodiles.
Right. You build a moat around the whole thing, and you
Oh,
put fucking crocodiles in it.
okay.
Good luck.
I get it now. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hi, Mike. I'm Earth. We got to move. We can go over. It's okay. Major League Baseball salaries are going bananas. Where's the money come from? I want you guys to guess where the money comes from, and then we're going to get into it.
Women. Your turn.
Okay, Falcon.
Advertising from corporations.
Sure.
You're going to be shocked. So only 23% of revenue in the Major League Baseball ranks comes from broadcasting rights. They make most of their money on tickets, merchandise, and sponsorships. So I brought this up for a reason, okay? We all talk about the money in baseball and how much everybody spends, and it's all about money, blah, blah, blah.
Love it. Love money.
And Soto's record-breaking
One
deal
Soto.
kind of caught the news. First of all, I want to bring up he gets a luxury suite at every game, premium tickets for Mets games, and $765 million.
Over
ridiculous.
15 years. It's okay, Falcon. Over 15 years.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But I want to say the Mets spend the most of their revenue on payroll, 87%. They're the highest
Oh my.
payroll to revenue percentage spenders, 87%. Anybody want to guess who's the lowest?
The Red Sox.
Oh, you weren't that far off, but you're 10
Really?
teams off. You're 10
Guardians?
teams off. Think
Guardian?
no. Think fringe playoff team. Fringe
Oh.
playoff.
Detroit
Brewers.
Tigers.
Rangers.
Tigers.
Okay, Tigers. There's only 3 teams that spend less per revenue.
Rangers.
No, you're way off.
I'm saying
Tampa Bay.
There it is. The Rays.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
The Rays brought in $301 million and only spent $100 million on their payroll. 33.2% of their payroll they spent
What a greedy owner.
Wow.
on the revenue. So Major League Baseball, there's certain teams. So everybody's saying, how do they pay all this? How do they pay all? They're actually bringing in the revenue. The only 3 teams in threat of running out of money are the Mets, Blue Jays, and Diamondbacks. Those are the only 3 teams that spend over 70% of their revenue on their payroll.
Wow.
Now, the Guardians, Falcon, are only 21 out of 30. The Guardians spend 42.5% of their revenue, $315 million. Now, let's get down to it. Who makes the most revenue? It's not the Mets. I think you guys could probably guess who makes the most revenue.
Yankees.
But the Mets only made $393 million last year.
Oh.
And they spent 342 of it on payroll. The Yankees blow everybody out of the water with $679 million in revenue. Do we know why? Do we know why?
Their broadcasting rights.
TV, yes, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
so the whole point of this whole what just happened is we're thinking, what just happened? How did this guy get this deal? Nobody in Major League Baseball is really in that deep of trouble financially. The Mets are the closest to being in financial trouble, and they're the ones that just signed their record-breaking deal. So they're busting at the seams. So they're probably desperate because they didn't make the they didn't make the World Series.
Nope.
They're spending 87% of their revenue on payroll.
Just payroll, nothing else.
Just payroll. Now, I have a crazier fact for you. The Dodgers won the World Series. They only spent 60% of their revenue on payroll. So they cleared $220 million of or profit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Falcon, a scenario ran through my head, and I'm going to tie us back to baseball here. What if, like, let's say Boise State somehow goes on a run in the college football playoff and just wins it? And it's like, it's going, or like even like a lower team, not maybe Boise State, but like someone a little bit better than them, but like not Georgia or not, the big dogs.
SMU. Maybe SMU makes a run.
But I wonder, I wonder if it's going to prove to these college teams, because they're kind of like doing the whole baseball thing right now, which is just throw all this money at these rosters, and it's like there's no cap. And it's like, I don't know if that's the answer, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, can you imagine if baseball was a sport that had a cap, how much more entertaining it might actually be?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a cap, but I'm telling you, the top four. Well, first of all, the Yankees fell in 18th place in percentage of revenue spent on payroll. 18th, and they played in the World Series. The Dodgers were 5th. So the people that are spending the most on their payroll per revenue, the Mets, Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, and Padres did not make the World Series. I think that's why Major League Baseball doesn't change anything. But if you look at the disparity of revenue, like if you look, the Yankees brought in $680 million, okay? The Dodgers brought in $549 million. That's a huge disparity just between the two teams that play in the World Series. The Guardians.
Now imagine if the Guardians would have made it. I'm saying, on this side. Now we have a mid-market, any of the mid-market teams, right? Because you have similar salaries, whatever.
The Guardians aren't even mid-market; they're lower market. They made $315 million in revenue versus the Yankees $679. The Yankees made over twice as much revenue, and they played each other in the ALCS.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, so I don't think you're asking for like a cap on payrolls, right?
Yeah, because it's not a good look.
I think
like the NBA. You do like the NBA style cap.
Well,
doesn't the tax and all the shit and whatever?
No. I don't think that's the fix. Doesn't the NFL have a the NFL does it. The NFL does have a cap space thing, but I think they also have one team can't make $300 million more than the other team. And I think that's the problem in Major League Baseball, not the cap.
Well, that's another thing, is that it's like if we're not going to put a cap and the Yankees are doubling up some of these revenues, it's kind of like almost, it seems unfair with the fact the Guardians made that much and played them. It's like, but it's not a good look for the league. It shows you how mismanaged the league is actually.
I want to throw a name. I want to throw a name out there to you. And I want to predict, because I think the real problem in Major League Baseball is the disparity in revenue. And what I was trying to say earlier is the NFL has revenue sharing. So all the teams basically make the same amount of money per year. And then there's a cap space, so you can't overspend. So you can't have a Mets situation where they're spending 87% of their revenue on payroll unless they take some kind of cap space hit. And B, you can't have a Yankees situation where they're making almost double of over half the league. But I want to throw a team name out there that's always in the mix, and I want you to guess how low under the Yankees they made money. I want to go St. Louis Cardinals.
Like how many spots below?
No, percentage points less than the Yankees that they made.
I'd say the Cardinals are probably they probably spent like 50%.
Not spent revenue. How much less revenue did
$250 million?
The Cardinals made $372 million to the Yankees, $679 million. The Cardinals are always in the mix. How does that happen? How does the Yankees make $300 million more than the Cardinals? A team that's always in the mix. And Mike's got a Boston Red Sox. Boston's the second or third biggest market in the major. LA and New York. Yeah, we'll go Boston. Boston was not even third. Chicago was third in revenue. Boston was fourth. Boston had $500 million in revenue. That's still almost $200 million less than the Yankees.
It is very close. Yeah, it is.
What just happened? What are we doing?
That's pretty insane.
And also, why is the commissioner? And the commissioner is aware of this stuff. It's just I don't know if it's a commissioner thing or not, but it's such a bad look.
The commissioner is the puppet of the owners, and the owners make money no matter what.
The commissioner's big idea was the golden bat rule. So
right. Wow.
Falcon wasn't here for that. Guys, we're way over, but that's okay. I own the network. Alabama, after they got snubbed in the playoff, threatened to have an even weaker non-conference schedule. Who's weaker than Mercer? Fellas, I'd like to show you Alabama's non-conference schedule. What are they threatening? They played Western Kentucky, South Florida, and Wisconsin. You can argue, Wisconsin's a Power 4 team, but everybody in the Big Ten country knows Wisconsin's a 7-win team a year. Alabama's threatening college football because they're so mad they didn't make the playoffs. Western Kentucky, South Florida, Wisconsin, and Mercer. What? What just happened?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you lose. You get smoked by Oklahoma. Okay, Tennessee,
500 team.
But you lose at Vanderbilt too. You have three losses.
And two of those losses are absolutely damning because those teams are horrible.
Right, but I'm saying there's 3 losses.
But it's the college football playoffs' fault, Who
are you putting them over? Who are you putting them over? What 2 losses are you putting over? Nobody.
They're blaming the playoff, but they lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, 6-6 teams. Yep. Oklahoma got smoked by Central Florida, and then
you're right.
They're like, oh, we're not going to. That's it. We're scheduling cupcakes for non-conference. Well, that's all I see is cupcake. That's all I see is cupcakes. Western Kentucky, South Florida, which was actually a game in the fourth quarter, believe it or not. Yep. Wisconsin and Mercer. I don't even know who Mercer is. Roy D. Mercer? Who the hell is Mercer?
So, Gamble Guy, it's also funny because, they can argue, oh, well, we're better than Boise State. Are you? Because I think Boise State might beat Vanderbilt in Oklahoma. What are they talking about?
Hey, I argued with people on Twitter because they're like, oh, so-and-so's got an easier path, even though maybe Penn's. I can't remember who it was because they would have to play. Who plays before Boise State that would have to play Boise State the winner of? I need the brackets up. And I said, why are you guys acting like Boise State's an easy out? Boise State led Oregon with 9 minutes to go in the game, 34-27. And Oregon kicked the field goal as time expired to win that game by 3. It's the only undefeated team in the country. I don't know why people think Boise State stinks.
Yeah,
Ashton Genty ran over the entire country.
Well, especially with their running back, their running back is absolutely, he is for real.
NFL players are calling him an NFL player.
Yeah, and the only undefeated team in the nation had to kick a last-second field goal to beat them.
Yep.
Didn't SMU make the playoff too?
Yes.
So I'm not so sure that Alabama could beat SMU. Again, if you lose to Vanderbilt, when that was a historic thing, and you lose to Oklahoma, who was not good this year, what are they arguing? Why are they arguing them? I don't understand it.
3 losses. 3 losses. 2 of them were against unranked, crappy teams. You have no argument in the game at all. Just fucking lick your wounds and try to come back next year.
Here's what's happening. I'm going to quote Oregon's coach, Dan Lanning. ESPN and SEC are business partners. ESPN has a heavy hand in the rankings. if you look at the back half of Alabama's schedule, Missouri has no business being ranked.
No.
LSU has no business being ranked. LSU got beat up by USC, a below average Big Ten team.
Yes, a very below average.
Why are they ranked 15th when they played Alabama?
Oh my God. There is a ton of bias there.
Look, I'll look that up. USC kind of dominated them. I'm going to look it up.
Fair, Georgia also kicked their butt in the second half. Like, after Georgia woke up, and I know it's a bad argument, but it's like Georgia was like smoking them in the second half, and that game literally could have gone either way in the end.
Yeah, and that's a rivalry game. I don't take those too serious.
Auburn, you beat by 2 touchdowns.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to look
up. What does Auburn got to do anything? South Carolina by 2 points.
I'm going to look up the USC LSU game because I don't understand for the life of me why the hell is LSU ranked. It doesn't make any sense. And that's what happens. And that's what the Oregon coach said. Look, the SEC and ESPN are in bed with each other.
And hey, Falcon, remember that real quick. Dan Lanning coached at Georgia. So, like, as a defensive coordinator, so he knows a lot about the SEC and ESPN. And that's pretty damning.
So USC beat LSU 27-20. USC was 6-6 and bottom middle pack of the Big Ten. USC had 447 yards of offense, no turnovers, 24 first downs. They had less time of possession, so they were the better team on the field. And then I'm looking at the schedule. I'm like, why is LSU 15th in the nation? It's like they get overinflated in the SEC, and then these teams like Alabama cry like, "We didn't make the playoff. We beat."
Well, wasn't it 15th at the time of their victory?
Yeah, that's the thing. We have a YouTube short on 12 on Sports between me and the Falcon, and maybe you. When I said, when does a top 25 win count? Like at the end of the if they were ranked 7th preseason and you beat the shit out of them, and at the end of the year they're 3-7, why do you get credit for a ranked win?
You don't.
That's true.
That should be
a rule. You do. No, you do.
Roll. No, I know. I'm agreeing with you. It should roll throughout the year based on where you end up.
Well, they should wait to. They keep their rankings, but they should wait until the final ranking to justify those ranked wins. Which is what I think you're going for, Gamble Guy.
Which I think the committee kind of did.
Yeah,
but they still keep the preseason.
Yeah, sure, they still kind of counted it as a ranked win, but I'm thinking, why is LSU ranked? And that's what happens, and that's what the Oregon coach said.
In the end, I think I do believe the committee did get it correct across the board. I don't have any heartburn. I don't know if anybody else does, but I think they did I think this. No,
I don't have any heartburn. I'm saying.
Oh, you don't. You're agreeing. I think it's a really good first year. I mean, you got 12 teams now. Right, so this is already way huger than anything before.
I don't think that's a term, but
I know. Way huger, way bigger, way more massive.
Yeah, she likes it that way
too. Mike said she likes it way huger.
Way huger.
So we're 14 minutes over or 16 minutes over, but I own the network, so we have 2 more topics. I have one more topic, but Mike said he wanted to present one to go out on.
Sorry, Falcon.
Falcon and I were talking about this backstage. Me and Falcon were talking about this backstage. Is it a match or a game? How do you determine?
Well, to me it depends on the sport or whatever it is, right? Because think about it. Yeah, but you when you go and play tennis, and again, Gamble Guy, you're a regular. It's a tennis match, right? When my son goes to play hockey, it's a hockey game. It's a football game. It's is it a golf? It's a golf match. Is typically what it's referred to. Is it more based on that you're more on one-on-one as opposed, more individualized sport versus a team sport?
That could be. I like the individual match. I like that. I don't mind.
Can I introduce you guys to Webster's Dictionary? Hold, please.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing here. I didn't do any research, so you know.
Here's what a game is: a form of play or sport, especially a competitive one, played according to the rules and decided by skill, strength, or luck. A complete
Good.
episode
Thank
or
you.
period of play. Okay, that's a game. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're gonna go to match, and this is where I make my argument.
Yeah, it's going to say a thing that you strike in order to light something on fire.
A match is a contest in which people or teams compete against each other in a particular sport.
Ooh.
Sounds
So Falcon behind the scenes wanted to argue with me because I said something about a match, and he said, "You mean game?" And I'm like, "No, I think it's a match."
Yeah, well, we refer to it as a hockey game. So I'm
So
just going
I
to
think a match
terminology
can be
is.
within a game, and I think a match can refers to individuals more so than it does.
Can we be
teams.
philosophical? Can we be philosophical?
Philosoph? Yes, we can be philosophics.
Can we be philosophical? A match can occur within a game, and a game can occur within a match.
I'll be
I
back.
don't like that.
Get Falcons out, Mike. You don't. I guess Falcon bailed on your last subject.
Apparently, what is he? What a great show host he is.
What do you want to say?
So, Caitlin Clark was named Times Athlete of the Year. I think it's deservedly so. And here's the issue with that. People initially, all like, the certain aisle of politics was saying, oh yeah, finally an anti-woke person. And then she said this quote in the exact same article, which really was not just giving praise where it's due. It was more of like, good Lord, what are you talking about? She said, I want to say I've earned every single thing. But as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league, the WNBA, that have been really good have been black players. This league has been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, not just that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. I don't like being political, but holy crap, what is she talking about? Like, what are we doing?
Offer
Like,
you a
what
nice
is she
egg
doing?
in this trying time?
Like, at some point, it's like, okay, God, like, shut up. Okay, stop. Like, what is she talking about in the end of that?
Here's what happened, Michael. She got physically beat up. She got verbally beat up, and somebody behind the scenes said, "Just acquiesce. Just acquiesce. It might not be right, but this is what the mob does, Michael. This is what they do." Like,
the only issue, but the thing is, she's always taken the high road. But for her to like go like above and beyond, like just drone on about nothing, I'm like, dude. And I know like there's a group of fans out there who claim the league's gonna lose money again because she did this. They weren't basketball fans in the first place. And I don't agree with that.
You know what she's actually doing? She's earning way more respect from everybody because she is.
Agreed.
No, I mean seriously, like she's paying her dues and and all that type of stuff. So I think everybody just needs to get off her fucking ass. Is what I seriously. She goes out there. She goes out there and busts her ass. Plays the game the right way, and
the right way. The good old coach's daughter.
Dues, man.
but I think she was somewhat forced into making this statement.
That last droning on was kind of like, good Lord, shut up.
I think that was an agent or a team owner maybe that suggested maybe we make this.
It's a very heated debate right now. And again, I know there's the political aisle that's like, don't even watch basketball in the first place and claim they were Caitlin Clark supporters. No, you weren't. But it's like, you have to wonder, will this affect, not her bottom line, but will WNBA suffer again and look worse next year? I don't think it will. I'm with you, but it's in a conversation.
I don't think the WNBA is going to suffer from it. I just think
it'll actually probably gain more popularity just because it's more,
it's a
more
conversation, though, is my point.
More debate.
she actually might lose some supporters from this statement, but I don't think the WNBA as a whole is going to hurt from it. Mm-mm. But I think it was kind of misguided or ill-informed.
I agree with that.
I don't think what they're saying is happening is actually happening. I don't think I think people recognize a really elite basketball player,
right,
and they're trying to turn it into something else.
Right. And it's not anything else other than that.
Exactly.
She is awesome, though, and I give her a lot of credit. Like she throws up threes like Steph Curry, and they actually go in. It's like she's a very good player that deserves a lot of credit, even from men. Like she's a very good player.
And on top of that, what doesn't talk about even more is her passing ability and her court vision and her IQ is through the roof.
They've never seen a woman do the passing like she's done it. I mean, it's like the shooting, sure, volume, I get it, but the passing is unbelievable.
Yeah. To quote George Carlin, she just happens to be white, and so she had to say something about it. So
good talk, boys.
Right. There you go. It doesn't matter. I mean, she's paid her dues, and she's an all-around great player for sure.
Modern day NBA rocks.
Michael, you sticking around for Backstage Pass?
Yeah, I got to do it.
Have you ever been to Backstage Pass?
No, I'm excited.
All right, folks.
Backstage.
We just talk and riff, and then I randomly start recording, and then we upload it on YouTube as Backstage Pass. What's just happened? Fellas, thanks for joining, Mike. I'm glad you made it back from Wendy's. I know that's a big excursion for you.
It's hard.
Sometimes it's, you need an RV to get over there and camp out.
My mom's van, but yeah, that works too.
Tailgate and all that. So, what's this called?
What just happened?
What just happened?
The hell just happened? All right.
WJH.
Thursday's a new Friday. Have a great Thursday evening, fellas. Stay tuned. We're going to do Backstage Pass. Peace.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.